Okay, this is Mario once again with MIA Microflight. I just acquired this Go-Kart. It's an old version, or one. I think it's maybe the first model that Yerf Dog company produced. So I just got this um, locally here, and the reason I got this is because I want to run these things in the back, but I want to electrify it. This one runs on gas. It comes with a Tecumseh Power Sport. I think this is a 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 horsepower. According to the gentleman that sold me this, this has a brand new carburetor, and it is brand new. So we can tell that's that section right there that he installed here. It does run. I just tested. The seat is shot, but this is something that can be easily fixed. Just wood and remaking this with new fabric. This is just a slip-on backrest here. Got a cushion in the front, and just a slip-on sleeve at the back. The wheels rather small. I wonder why they made these cars with these wheels so tiny. This is maybe a 10-inch wheel. Kill switch right here. It's very hard to steer, and I believe it's either because these things are hard to steer. The seller told me that it is hard to steer on asphalt, on a flat ground. I don't know why it would be hard to steer on flat ground and not on an off-road like dirt or grass. But I believe it has to do with this distance right here, this link from this point here, the pivot point to this linkages here. You don't have enough torque there, with this little tiny wheel. This was a much bigger wheel. You would have much more force applied to that. If this was longer, you would also have much more force, with the longer arm here. These are kind of loose here, but that's not an issue because these can be replaced really easy. I mean, I really like it, the simplicity of this particular model. I tried looking up for manuals online, and I just could not find, because the company, I think they folded maybe 6 years ago. I think this company got established in 1996, I think. And this may very well be one of the first models. I really liked the way they did the pedals. This is solid angle steel that's bent. Really nice pedals, unlike the cheapy ones that you buy these days. I mean, it's a solid frame. Other than original paint, it's got some touch-up paints here that I guess he covered some of these areas here because they were maybe too rusty to show. So I'm just going to take it apart completely. Got everything out and start from scratch and give it a nice sandblasting, and maybe have it powder coated. I'm going to check every single weld spot. It doesn't. I mean, it's not that bad in terms of rust. I mean, there are some areas here that are, they could use a little touch up. But I'm just going to clean everything out. I don't see any spots that need to be welded or repaired. I mean, it's a solid frame. And some of the things about these older types of vehicles, and even with cars and just machinery, the older stuff is a lot more solid, a lot more durable versus the way the things are built today. So I would take this anytime over the more modern ones, or the more modern styles. What I did find interesting is, talking about solidity, is that these king posts, they do have caster. I don't see any camber here. They do have caster, and they're a little bit loose, but that can be easily fixed with just some nylon inserts, perhaps, and just making that a little bit tighter so that these wheels don't wobble that much. The typical seat brackets that I'm used to on go-karts is not here. This is just a one bolt. This is kind of like it's bent. It's bent. It's a bolt that goes up through the king post, and it's bent to create the axle. So it's like an L bolt with a bracket here that you can either put the um, uh, the tie rods at the front or at the back. You could put them at the front here with a riser here with some kind of a spacer here, to make it a little bit higher, because these do show signs that it's rubbing against this metal here. These bars are here. Not a big problem here because it's pretty flat across the travel, but it could be done also at the front with an inverted bracket here. So this bracket will have to sit up instead of pointing downward, and that way, this bracket could be made bigger or longer to get a little more torque out of the control here, so it's easier to control. This steering wheel, I think I'm going to use that on one of my other go-karts. This maybe this woody one that I'm also building out of wood. You can see my other go-karts that I've been doing just with repurposed hoverboard motors. It's a racing go-kart, and I did this one, and then this has been my latest one here. And recently I started working on this wooden one. So I think I'm going to put a stop on this project here with a wooden one. I can always go back to that one anytime and work on this one, because I really want to get this going here, so I can use it to level my. I bought it for two reasons. So that I can have a little fun with this. Convert it to electric, because I don't care for the noise it makes. These engines. They do make. Some people like the sound of these little motors, engines, gas engines. I don't care so much for that, because I like to run these things quiet, anytime. If I want to run this at night, I could just take it out on the street, and when nobody's around, run it at night, and nobody knows I'm running these things, because with electric, that's one of the benefits. You don't hear the engine. But for the day, during the daytime when everybody's up, and it's just almost like you're running a lawn mower, so it's not that bad. So I'm about to start this up again and just